Quod erat demonstrandum, 5 important facts. Number 5. The origin of Quod erat demonstrandum, abbreviated to Q.E.D, Quod erat demonstrandum, means in English what was to be demonstrated or that which was to be shown. The phrase dates back to ancient Greek mathematics, including Euclid and Archimedes. That phrase was widely used in Euclid's Elements, a foundational work in geometry. Each proof in this text ends with the phrase, indicating the conclusion of a logical argument. The way Euclid used logic, and how he demanded a proof for every theorem, shaped mathematics to this day. Example, Euclid's famous proof of the Pythagorean theorem ended with Q.E.D. Number 4. How Quod erat demonstrandum revolutionized mathematical proofs. Before mathematicians like Euclid, there were different ways of solving mathematical ideas, but there wasn't a formalized structure to proofs. For example, the Babylonians solved quadratic and cubic equations, and their clay tablets show an early understanding of what we now call the Pythagorean theorem. Or ancient Egyptians used mathematics for practical purposes. For example, for calculating the volume of granaries or the area of fields. But the introduction of step-by-step logical reasoning in Euclid's Elements allowed future mathematicians to build upon these concepts. Q.E.D became the marker that a proof was complete and irrefutable. Number 3. Grammar and structure of Quod erat demonstrandum. Quod is the relative pronoun which. Erat is the imperfect tense of esse, to be, so it translates as was. Demonstrandum is the gerundive form of to show or to demonstrate, meaning to be demonstrated. So the result is, which was to be demonstrated. Number 2. The use of Quod erat demonstrandum in modern times. René Descartes, a French philosopher and mathematician, used Q.E.D in his geometric and algebraic demonstrations. Isaac Newton, an important English mathematician, was famous for his laws of motion and gravitation. He used Q.E.D at the end of some of his mathematical proofs. Leonhard Euler, one of the most prolific mathematicians of the 18th century, used Q.E.D in his mathematical writings. He made groundbreaking contributions to calculus, number theory, and graph theory. Number 1. Quod erat demonstrandum, the use of the phrase beyond mathematics. In the 17th century, Baruch Spinoza concluded his major work Ethics by using the phrase to demonstrate his philosophical propositions. We also find the expression Q.E.D in René Descartes, in his philosophical work Meditations on First Philosophy, when his argument reached its logical conclusion. And Stephen Hawking used Q.E.D in his famous book A Brief History of Time, to emphasize a point about black holes. Occasionally legal scholars sometimes use Q.E.D in their rulings or legal treatises. Q.E.D even appeared in Sherlock Holmes stories, where the detective uses it to show that he's proven his deductions. For instance, in The Adventure of the Dancing Men, Holmes concludes his explanation of the code with Q.E.D, proving that he's cracked the case.